All right, bro. So we're gonna do this Digi State thing. What is this thing that we're gonna do? Digi State. What are we doing?
I think like first we should start off and talk about how the name and everything came about, because it was a cool little epic little area where both of us were fucking on like a high off of the crypto life. We were fucking pimping for a second.
Oh yeah.
We thought we were like real estate hustlers.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I remember we were trying to get into like the idea of we like the digital world, we like fucking crypto, we like video games, we like fucking movies, we love the internet, right? We like all these cell phones and crazy shit.
Culture, baby.
Right. But we're also into politics, and we're also into the state of being, and we're also into the state of mind of each other and shit like that. So the state kind of fits into, and then we're trying to get out of the matrix. So like, you know, the way our logo looks is like very, very much like troned out. Like you're not quite
Tron. I love the fucking logo, by the way.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Awesome as fuck.
Yeah, we did that shit, by the way.
Yeah, for real. All right, so in all honesty, I still believe 100% in cryptocurrency. Obviously, like a lot of the beliefs and stuff that we're going to be talking about, like I don't think you can. It's really hard to not talk about cryptocurrency and politics in the same breath, because it's one is like influenced by the other.
Look, I mean, finance and government policy are linked. Period.
Are you smoking, by the way?
Yeah, finance and government policy are linked. So you can't be into making money and not really be into politics, because they just don't. It doesn't match up, because if you don't know what the hell's going on in DC, well, you don't know what's about to happen with your investment.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's 100% true.
Yeah, it's true, but also it's creating like a new reality, right? And new realities is also, you know, something I want Digi State to talk about, and you know, beyond just crypto and being a crypto nerd, I'm talking about like, you know, the Triptiverse, bro, the other dimensions, like the other states of mind.
No, for sure. Yeah, there's way more to talk about than just that. I mean, that's kind of surface level for the most part. And it's crazy because that surface level on its own can get pretty deep, and some people are just not willing to even dig through that little surface.
It is surface level, but you know,
love it, by the way. How's this taste for you?
It's good,
right? It's called Purple Puncher.
Purple
Puncher number power. It
is surface level, but in reality, like, isn't like the metaverse and the internet in general, aren't we creating other dimensions? Aren't these like other dimensions, bro? Like we're like, aren't we attempting to create other dimensions?
And so we've been doing that from the very. I think humans in general, like we just try to create, and we try to be like our own little mini gods. Like, so everything we've seen is based off of something. Like if you see like airplanes, it's based off of being able to see birds fly. And how many thousands of years were people talking about flying?
Right. I wonder how many.
Of the guy what's his name who burned close to the sun?
Oh, you're talking about Icarus.
I was gonna say Copernicus.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who the fuck Copernicus is.
Yeah, Icarus. Yeah, I mean, maybe we're flying too close to the sun, or maybe every dimension of reality, and you know, the other dimensions, and where the Akashic records are at, and all these other places. Maybe these are all dimensions created by a being that was trying to create another dimension. And what we're doing right now by creating like the internet and the multiverse is just creating another dimension. And eventually that shit will become conscious, and there'll be beings that are living there too. And they'll be like, I wonder what these other dimensions are. And God must have created it, when it was actually some like monkeys and math and a little bit of fucking wires and some fucking electricity.
So
put the whole dimension together.
I love this because it's been 5 minutes, and we like, if you don't know what Digi State is by now, it gets pretty everywhere for the most part.
I have no idea what it is. I think
at all.
I think it'll take time to figure that out.
Honestly, it's just unlocking our minds, and then I guess you guys are gonna be there to kind of watch us question life and go through this fucking process.
Yeah, bro.
We're all like, none of us are claiming to know better than the next person. Like, we're just very inquisitive people, and we're always asking other questions. We're very open-minded individuals as well. So,
yeah. I mean, I don't think I know more than the next person. I just know what my experiences have taken me to know.
Oh, I do. I'm better than all of you.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. That's fucking
well, I mean, knowing and being dope, I'm definitely dope. fuck that. But the
I'd like to shout out the plug. He lives on Crenshaw Lane. His real name is Just put a plug
don't do that.
over
I was
your-
like, no. But yeah, I think Digi State is going to evolve into different things. I definitely want for
I can see that.
you and me to do other things, and like as far as talk to different people from different parts of life. Like I would love to talk to somebody who's like into fucking tarot cards, and then I also want to talk to somebody who like is like a rabbi Hasidic Jew, and then like
From all spectrums of life. I even want someone who's like financially,
a math guy,
yep,
and a finance guy, and a real estate guy, like and
all walks of life.
Yeah.
I want people to get as much like as immersed in like what real life is
yeah.
as possibly can.
Well, I'm just doing
Or
it
as
because
they
I'm
possibly
selfish,
can.
because like I want to talk to all those fucking people.
Well, obviously that's how we learn. That's how
Yeah.
we grow. We're at a point in our lives where I feel like, I mean, I'm sure like there's like a lot of young people who are still kind of hard-headed, but you get to a point in your life where you're like, you know what? It's so much easier to see the next person. We're all like what you say, standing on the shoulder of giants.
Yeah, so yeah, everything we do, like we all think we are making accomplishments here, and we don't really realize that every single thing we're doing, every accomplishment that we're making, we're standing on the shoulders of a giant that came before us, no matter what it is. It's like, well, what do you mean I cut hair? Well, if you cut hair, listen, the scissors that you have today, the how sharp they are, all that shit, there was mad people
Yeah, it
that
goes way
fucking
back,
made that
way back.
possible.
Even
like,
with tattooing.
oh, fuck
Way,
yeah.
way back.
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
back.
Oh, tattooing, all we do is stand on the shoulders of giants and tattoos. Like, I've been doing it long enough at this point to where I've literally seen giants arise in the game, and then what they just
Yeah.
did became a standard style
Yep, and
in the
someone just
business.
fucking
And
weak.
now it's like a type of tattoo.
Yeah, you could definitely see that on everyday day-to-day life, like with TV. When the TV was invented, black and white went to color, went to
yeah.
Ultra HD. Next thing
Oh,
we're
yeah.
doing OLED, whatever.
So, I mean, I think with this Digi State podcast, I don't know. I want us to definitely appreciate and try to stand on the shoulders of giants if we can. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of really good podcasts out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
you know, and I
Shout out Tim Cass, IRL.
Oh yeah, Tim Cass is badass. Shout out Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's badass.
Joey boy, you're the
Yeah.
shit.
The God.
Big Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Thumbnails. A whole bunch of thumbnails need to be dropping in the middle right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of thumbnails because I don't even know if we made any yet. I don't think we made any
Yeah,
yet,
I think
did
we're
we?
gonna call Joe Rogan the Jiu-Jitsu Jesus Christ.
Dude, I agree with that. I'm pretty sure he agrees with that too if he's watching this, to be honest with you. But, yeah.
He probably thinks we need to get some muscles this way.
Well, you two need to get away from this table and start working the fuck out ASAP.
Yeah.
You are not wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
You wanna hit this or
Dude,
talk?
I'm trying to think like how far are we really gonna take it on Did You Say? Like how deep are we gonna go? Are we gonna say the things that we're not supposed to say? Like are we gonna
Well, if we do say the things we're not supposed to say, we need to mute it the fuck out if this is being dropped on YouTube and maybe make another platform because we cannot risk being demonetized. Like, I mean, we're just starting. Not that we have any monetization on the channel right now, but
I mean, can we? I don't know. Like I'll do a commercial. Like, you know, you want to sponsor a demonetized page? I'll do it. As long as
we
you're
could
okay
get
with me
some
saying
people.
some crazy shit. When I say crazy shit, I actually think that I'm going to be saying a lot of sane, rational.
it just doesn't fit the
Shit.
narrative of today.
Yeah,
Of like,
right.
And usually, to be honest, when we look back in history, the mass audience is usually not
Right, bro.
anywhere close to the truth.
Well, I think it's a matter of, you know,
Mass
in
population,
this day and age, we're really in a tug of war of influence and a tug of war of the consciousness of humanity. And I think what really is the real deal is whatever humanity takes its Saruman eye and gazes upon becomes manifest. And I think it's about taking humanity and pushing its point of view to a certain belief structure, and whatever that belief structure is, because humanity has the power to just create whatever the hell they want, it becomes real, right?
Yeah, I think anything
Yeah.
that's thought is going to be reality. Either sooner, has been, will be or is
Right.
now.
I'm telling you,
Because
like,
anything that we can think of in this three-dimensional, like with our own perspective, is possible.
right.
I believe.
And there's like, there's outliers, and there's like I would say at least circumstantial evidence for it. Like when you look at like ancient tales and stuff from the Bible and like lots of different ancient stories, like saints were like flying. Like they were like
Yeah, there's some creepy.
turning.
There's some okay, so not creepy, but there's definitely some out there stories. And if you just take it in today's context or today's perspective, a lot of people would say like these things are like aliens. These things are other like. And
Maybe I'm talking about like, so for instance, like there, I think it was Saint Paul. There was a saint, right? Don't quote me on which one it was, but basically
fact check
he
somebody in the comment
he
section.
was competing with a priest from a different religion, and he was like in the virgining of Christianity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically won this competition of feats with this other priest, and they were like doing magic, started flying and stuff, and like, yeah, like actually like they were having like a wizard's duel basically.
Wait, what? What
And
book was this?
This
In
is
the
in the
in
Bible,
the in
bro.
the Greek scriptures
This
or the
I
Hebrew
think it's
scriptures?
a New Testament.
New Testament?
I think so. Yeah.
So
So I mean, and there's different versions of that. Like Buddha had a conversation with a guy that can walk on water, and and the guy was telling Buddha he spent years to master this ability to walk on water, and Buddha was like, the fairy's a nickel.
Yeah, no, so I 100% believe that a lot of, I mean, we've had this conversation. I think a lot of religions kind of just plagiarized off of each other. It's like this huge
Right, but
long line or game of telephone where it's just, we're close to it, but we're just a little off, and people are so prideful just holding on their own thing. But
I think
a lot of these
there
stories have
is
been
some
repeated.
I think there is some copying going on, but I also think enlightenment looks a certain way.
Okay.
I think there's like a hero's journey that the universe is required. Like there's a Mortal Kombat finish 'em code that you got to do.
So then there's like, in your
There's got to
eyes,
be a
there's been
certain number
multiple.
of people. There's got to be this scenario, and
Okay.
if all these things line up, somebody goes God first.
God level. Okay.
Yeah, like and so I think enlightenment looks a certain way. I definitely think there's plagiarism going on, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also think this has happened many times.
And then the thing is, like, if you look back at the stories, like Noah, the same story goes around in a few ancient religions.
I mean, there was
Moses, the
mad
same story.
cultures. Yeah, mad cultures that had the
No,
flood
but
story.
almost down to the T. Like, yeah, the flood story too. Yeah, there is actually a lot of cultures that have the flood. But I'm talking about like specific stories. Like even the Jesus Christ story is in
Mad cultures.
the Egyptian religion.
Yeah.
He had 12 disciples, was
Oh,
baptized 30 something, born to a virgin.
I mean, you could argue
And it was the
Buddha
son
had a
of
similar
Ra.
story. You could argue like Mithra and shit
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
Like the story like Hercules.
So that's what I'm
like,
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then the numbers, everything is just so coincidental and so like that. It obviously stems from a specific source.
So I'm a big believer in like balance, right? Like yin and yang. So I think half of the stories of all this stuff, right? Because if you're getting like hundreds of millions or billions of people to like believe in you to the point where they like die for it, right? There's got to be some truth.
Oh my God!
There's got to be, they got to have some truth in there, right? There's got to be enough for your heart to connect to it, right?
Well,
But
that's
I
not the
think
case
it's
either
equal
because
part truth and equal part lie. And I think
okay.
I believe in balance, right? So I believe the thing is, in different religions, when you look at them close enough, their truths and lies aren't the same truths and lies because they weren't like they came from a different place in the world, right? And world communication is relatively new, right? And so like if you look at like all the belief structures and you have a really, really very discerning attitude, like you could start to pick the puzzle pieces of truth out from each one and start to get a bigger picture. And I think the mystery school people or the people who wanted to keep the information occulted or secret, right? Like I think what they did is they knew if you weren't a globetrotter alpha G #1, you wouldn't travel the world and you would never find out the truth because you'd be stuck in your little area. And even with planes and trains and all.
So you think there was an ancient cult that traveled the world, was very well versed in knowledge and
Yeah, I think there was many. Right? But
it's believable.
I think a lot of the architects of society basically they understand that nothing can be 100% a lie. Because if you 100% lie to people, you're karmically liable, right? And that's just going to bounce back.
So do you think back then governments were in control, like when we read on Egypt,
They were called
when we read
religions
on-
before they were called governments. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, so like, yeah. There's always been people who
Yeah,
want.
you're right, because even
to
in the Bible,
conquer.
every city, they all had their own gods.
Right.
They all
There's
had their
there's
own.
always been conquerors, right? And there's,
Babylon had like a whole bunch.
yeah, it never stops. When we were
Diversified.
like chimps conquer other chimp tribes and shit to this day. Like we conquer. That's what we do. We want to take over, right? That's what we would do. Like, you know, this is our block, and don't fucking come try to open a tattoo shop on our block. Like, no, you know, we conquer. That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
Um, uh, so that's been going on since the dawn of mankind, and that's just, you know, that's our nature. You know, can we temper our nature to conquer with some human rights and shit like that? I think that we can. I think we'll get better as time goes on.
Yeah, we're definitely on an evolution
Yeah.
phase right
I mean,
now.
we're still like chimps with iPhones, but
For sure.
in a
I
few
think we're
hundred
still
years, we'll
very
get-
baby-like
Yeah,
in terms of like how far we can grow as a species. But
yes, I think we have a lot of
still, we've
potential.
only been here for like a blink. Like, we really haven't been here that
We don't
long.
even really know how long we've been here. We know.
Yeah, this could be repeating. To be
Yeah.
honest, so that's my theory. I think that this has been a repeating thing over and over, and just civilization just gets so advanced that they become maybe
Right.
so woke, or maybe
I
so like
mean,
whatever it is, that they just
when they
completely go against
when
each
they
other,
look at like
and
DNA,
it's down to like a small little population.
when they look at like DNA, and I'm not necessarily talking about anatomically modern human, but when they look at DNA, DNA is like billions of years older than the planet. So this is not the first rodeo. Like the DNA that makes up this planet, because, you know, we're pretty much almost the same as everything.
Yeah,
Like our DNA is similar.
we are of this planet.
It's similar to everything
Yeah.
on this planet, right? But we have a 2% difference from every other animal.
Okay.
All right, that's our difference, right? But DNA itself is like, I think it's like 2.5 billion years older than the planet itself. So
What? Where did you get this?
this is some
Wayne, go check this on the.
some
on the
science
computer real quick.
shit. Look it up, y'all. Like,
I know there's a Wayne watching.
I've heard it from people who looked like they were smart. Figure it out yourself. I don't know. I'm not here to be the arbiter of truth. This is just what I think.
No, but this is super interesting though.
Yeah.
Because I like hearing theories and stuff like this, and because a lot of this shit just comes from common sense, and I'm trying to understand our. So like
They
when
call
I
it
had
transpermia, right? That's
trans what?
I think it's transpermia.
Okay, can we get that one more time?
Transpermia.
We just bleeped every time that you said that. For some
We're
reason,
not
YouTube
bleeping
won't
it.
let us do it.
But it's basically the idea that DNA travels through space and like lands on rocks and can survive through thick and thin. And that they've done it lab studies with it where they like took
Well, I mean, water bears can
right that like
survive in space, and that has DNA.
they've done studies with water where they made it white hot plasma, and then they went and checked it, and it was in a sealed chamber, and DNA formed. It just bloop, it's there now. It was white hot plasma.
What we really, really need.
So it's just DNA forms. It comes out of the very fabric of reality.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really crazy. I was just reading an article on supposedly they found white holes.
Oh yeah.
And before, they thought that black holes would completely just eradicate all the energy. It would be the only spot
The
supposedly.
white
in
hole is
the
probably
universe
where the light
where
comes
it goes
out.
Yeah,
it's
so that's what
probably
they're realizing.
giant wormholes.
Yeah,
or some
and they're also
shit.
realizing black holes actually don't completely destroy all their energy. Like a little bit comes out at the end as well.
So space, you know, space. I have a contentious feeling with space because I feel like we're being fed like
I love space. If there's space nerds in the comment section, flood it up.
yeah.
With like emojis.
I love
bro.
space too. I just feel like we're being like spoon fed. What the fuck's going on in space? Like,
I mean, you know what's
give
really
me this
easy
shit.
though.
We can handle it, man. Like we're gonna have to break a few eggs. Let's get the information out. Yeah, some people
Yeah,
are
I
gonna
think
go
information's
crazy.
always super slow.
Somebody's gonna go crazy. You know, a few people are gonna lose it, but you know what? Look how many people lost it with what just happened with the Rona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think information just spreads slowly.
are gonna go
Just
crazy.
because it's a control thing and a power thing. When you know something about knowledge is power, just offer it. With knowledge you can get away with anything in this world.
Right.
Like that's just there's
You know, there's
the
no
right
way to
amount of
know
knowledge.
which whistleblowers or whatever in the UFO community are the real ones. It's really hard to tell. A few of them can have some credibility, but it's hard to know. But the fact of the matter is, if 1% of what people are saying is happening involving space, aliens, or secret technology, right? If 1% of that is true, dude, we're in Star Wars. We're in fucking Star Trek. Like that's all it's because there's so many.
See, what's so crazy
stories.
about that is it's believable too, because
That's-
it's kind of stupid to not believe that there's life out of this planet. Like we've thought for years, and then what's so funny is we make fun of our past history for civilizations because we're like, you guys really thought you were the center of the solar system. You thought you were the center of the universe. You thought like, and here we are thinking that we're the only ones alive. I mean, it's obviously like we were already found.
Timeout.
Oh shit, what's happening? They passed through the gates.
They passed through the gates.
Fuck.
Are you serious?
Let out the dogs, bro. Definitely gotta light up the dogs. Or not light up the dogs, let them out. We do not support animal cruelty.
No, we
Here on
love
Digi State.
animals. We love animals. Sorry about that. I had some crazy alert on my phone. It's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Too.
Yeah, it's gonna come for all. It's gonna come for all.
Jesus.
But basically, like, I really think because
Because
history is a pack of lies.
yeah, that too. Is it even true? Do you question a lot of stuff?
Dude, I think
Because culture,
think
usually the winner writes
Star
history.
Wars, like the original Star Wars,
Is our real history.
is a way more accurate account of our ancient history than.
Yo, I want to hear. I want to hear this.
Well, okay, so the Death Star, right, in Star Wars, there was this artificial moon that was a weapon, right?
Okay.
Go to Taylor Talks, my YouTube on Taylor Talks. I have a video about
Drop
the
the
moon.
thumbnail right now, right under his
I got
face.
I got a video about the moon. But the moon essentially.
Yeah, I think I saw that video, and it talks about how. Okay, let me not spoil it though.
No, we can spoil it. I don't care because it's in the title. Look, I think the moon is a billions of years old spaceship that got towed into orbit because it didn't function very much anymore, and so they towed it into orbit and they found a planet that can use the tidal forces. But, you go check out the video, but the moon doesn't make any sense. You can research the moon for a couple hours and it makes no sense.
It doesn't.
It makes
it creates
no
high tide,
sense.
low tide. It creates our seasons, the spin that we have.
I get that, and that seems so natural. But
that's what allows for the seasons and for kind of life that we know right now.
Yeah, to an extent, I think it accelerates.
It was that it had to have been placed on purpose.
I think it's the thing is, I think that it was definitely there to accelerate evolution by causing, because low tide, high tide, and all that stuff. That's all just causing friction.
I don't believe anything's coincidence. By the way, everything is a purposeful.
You're right, and it's just causing friction, and causing friction causes strife. Strife causes evolution, right? So whoever put it there knew if you make a little bit more strife and you make the tectonic plates move a little bit and you really fuck with it a little bit.
Earthquake over here.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to cause strife, which is going to cause evolution of the species, right? So I think this is way pre-human. I don't think it's anytime soon. I think this is when the planet was cooling from the it being formed stage. It faces us the whole time. It doesn't spin independently of us. It's facing us the whole time. It's weird. Moons don't do that. Okay, they just don't do that. Moons don't face you the whole time.
That does sound weird. That does sound weird because I think it would be spinning on its own.
And we have regular full eclipses, right? We have regular full eclipses. The probability of that happening is so freaking low. The probability that your moon is just big enough to completely blot out your sun perfectly to 1% perfectness. Well, that's a mathematical thing. You have to make that happen.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't believe anything is coincidence. Yeah. I think it's all a purposeful thing. Even life, if you see the way that it's created, life creates life, which creates life, and it's this non-stop blueprint. I don't think anything... I think there's a code to the way that all of our life works, the way that we can see it in our third dimensional.
I definitely think there's a mystery. There's mysteries to evolution for sure. I definitely think that. I think definitely the moon though in specific is, that thing ain't real, bro. It's made out of titanium. It's
that. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever those few facts or those few statements that you told me, I need to look them up because that sounded so fucking interesting. That got me.
Yeah, you gotta look into it.
That got me. Yeah.
Yeah. There's. I mean.
Wait. What was our original question?
I don't know.
What is Digi
Smoke
State?
too much. Oh yeah. Digi State, yeah. So yeah, we had to make a little podcast about what is Digi State, just to try to kind of figure it out, because like we keep trying to figure it out, and so you know what, they were like, we got all this
turns into
stuff.
these conversations all the time.
Right, and look at the studio. So we got to use the studio, right? We
The
got
spaceship, you mean?
Yeah, the spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the studio side of the spaceship.
Galactica asterisk 9524.
And Niner.
Damn. Okay, that's from now on. That's the name of the spaceship.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember that. But
we're gonna have to replay it and create a thumbnail.
Yeah, dude. The
NFTs are being sold for this, by the way.
Soon. Give it time.
Soon.
Give it time. Digi State. I think we're gonna. Obviously, me and you, we go on hellacious rants. I have a feeling once we
Whole bunch of
start
questioners.
bringing other people in here, which will be a little while before we are ready to do that. But once we start bringing other people in here, hopefully there'll be a bit of stable sanity, because we're going to be learning about them more and more, right? But who knows? We might go on these tangents the whole time. I don't know if you enjoy it. Let us know in the comments. By the way, guys, I'm Chris Taylor. You can just call me Taylor if you like. I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. I think for our first episode, we're going to wrap it up here really soon. I'm going to dish it to my homie right over here and let him introduce himself to you. And, definitely tell us what you think. This is our inaugural launch of Digi State.
We're definitely gonna have to review a lot, and there's a lot to grow from here, because I feel like we're now probably after this we're gonna realize we're obviously have to announce ourselves. I'm lost, by the way.
Yeah, it's okay. We can make a thumbnail.
Yeah, definitely thumbnails. That's gonna help a lot. But yeah, we're just two tattoo artists pondering the world we live in and questioning everything every single day, and
yeah,
fucking stabbing people with needles and shit, dude.
Oh yeah,
All
we
day.
stab people with needles.
Oh yeah. Wait, did we even mention we were tattoo artists?
Oh, we're tattoo artists too. But you know what? We do a lot of other stuff too. We do.
I forgot. Damn, are we keeping our shit
No. I mean, you want to get tattooed by us?
Hush,
We're not
hush.
cheap, but we do
Doxed.
good work. I mean, good enough to bring this to you.
I'll do a little smiley face on your face.
Most of the time when you see us in here,
That'll be
it's
cool.
gonna be nighttime, because
We've been working all day.
we've been grinding, getting
Big
that
grinder.
cash.
But yeah, so let us know what you guys think about everything on the comment section. Let's see what this whole channel can bring into it. I'm pretty excited, honestly, to try to get better at this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be a lot of little heroes' journeys happening within.
For sure. Hey, we just started. Like, share, subscribe. Send us people that you think we should talk to, so we could try to reach out to them. Or if you think we should talk to you, reach out to us. But don't be all like weird and a loser. Like, be somebody, please.
We're weird and we're losers.
We're not losers.
No, but we're weird.
But we're weird. Yeah. All right.
Cut it.
Out.